So I'm going to take some black and some peacock green and mix it together. And then just randomly stipple it in there. And then you just take some white. This is linen white. Just go all over it, so like I'm smushing it all together, and come in and do like little wavy patterns. And come in and so you want like little deposits of the white and the black, and it's great when they're still wet because they'll blend together a little bit. Get some more of the peacock green with black. And then maybe come back in with the white and just add some little spots in there. Not too many. Most of the streaks that I saw in reference images didn't have as much white in them. So while this is still wet, you can come in and add some more of this peacock green, a little bit more of the black. And then come in like this and just like add more, stipple it in. This is a beat up trashy brush, and I've noted that with the tape at the end of it, so I don't care if it really gets stuff in its point or in the ferrule. So then I can take like the white and come back in and just kind of like smush it around the edges of the black, but keep the black kind of intact. And then you can also come in with like a fine tip and just kind of like drag your brush around little wavy patterns. I think we need some water. There we go. So it's got like a lot of like kind of messy swirls in there. There we go. I'm going to do that on the sides too. Just kind of smudging it all over. But I want more dark colors than light colors. The light colors will be green by the end of this because they're going to be glazed over with the green. So there we go. And we let it dry. Okay. So the next part is just to get your brush, get a fine tip, and then come in and just start tracing lines. So I did the body while this was drying. It looks super messy right now, but you'll come in and like pick stuff. So put, for example, white lines near the black and have it kind of go in between the different darker areas. And it's okay if they disappear. I might have this one go off the side there and have this one come up here. And then maybe this has a branch that comes down to connect here. It doesn't have to be a straight line either. You can stipple it so that there's small little dots. It's kind of hard to do at an angle with the camera in the way, but I'm like shaking my hand sort of and tapping the little dots into place. And it's kind of creating like a messy line. I don't really want any going up though. They all seem to go in the same place. And I want to come over here and wrap some of these around. Just to, like this right here. So I can connect that. And then have this side over here come down. like that. Like it already kind of looks like marble a little bit. Like here's the other one that I did. So it's getting there. I also kind of want to come through and just kind of stipple some stuff on the edges, because that's going to help it. Like the light's still going to hit those edges, so we're still going to just do this, and that might help hide the imperfections. Just using the side of my brush just to create these little straight lines, but not up and down the whole thing, like it's only in certain areas. So I don't want to have the whole thing the same color. Like I'll come back later on after I glaze this down with white and highlight with white then, but I want this to be a little bit green, so we're going to edge highlight. Like it's going to get glazed down with green later, so just edge highlight the edges. Like that. Just a spot. There we go. And then the bottom part of this is curved, so I don't know if I just want to come in like this and just kind of do a straight line there. It's curved, but it's got an edge right here. So maybe just do a slight edge, trace on it. It may or may not show up in the video, and it might not really matter with the end result. There we go. And I gotta edge highlight these corners here, or these edges here. So the next step is to take your brush, and I mixed up some gloss varnish from Liquitex Basics and some Peacock green, which was part of my base color. You can use this Arco green that just came with the new Cyberpunk set that Reaper did. You mix that up, and it's going to be kind of like a greenish white color. If you wipe some of it off on your towel, and then it's going to be hard to see here, but if you just wipe it here, or tell you what, if you wipe it on your nail, it's very, very thin. Just a thin glaze. You don't want it watery, you just want it soaked out of this, but enough that it leaves it behind. And then you're just going to come in and just glaze that over the top. Like that. And then it's instantly going to start changing it green. Once that dries a little bit more, you can do it again. And the whole thing is just to do that multiple times for as long as it takes to get it as green as you want. The white streaks will be green too. And this is what I was saying, where like the edge highlighting will turn green, which is fine, because then you can either go back and edge highlight again with pure white, if you want to do it that way, or you just let the gloss varnish do its thing. And the gloss varnish will, give you highlights once the light reflects off the edge. So, whichever way works. And that's that. And we let that dry again, and then we go to the gold part, where we start adding the gold flecks in. So the next part, we're going to use a gold. I'm going to use this Vallejo metal color gold. You could use anything you want. I just like this one because it goes on smooth. It's very thin, and I don't really want like texture paint on this, and most other companies have very thick paint. So for this, it's dry, it's just glossy. We're going to come in and just going to touch it up in areas. So I'm using this to hide some things. So if I just don't like that right there, I'll just touch it in and hide it. And there's a gold fleck there. And then over here I can just trace near one of the white lines. Just get some paint off my hand. You just tap it in. That's all. Super easy. Maybe I'll have this one come out some more. forgot to put my little attachment here to hold my finger, so I'll just do this. Yep, I mean, and that's it. That's all you really do. If you want to add more flecks, you can just do little dots here. If you think it's too bright, you can glaze over it with some more green. There's nothing wrong with any of it. Just whatever works for you. But that'll be it, and then you just do that all over, and it looks like this, which I think is okay. I think it probably be better in some cases, but I mean, it looks good, and it's just for these statue guys. So, all right, hope that helped.